Hello my thirsty friend, welcome to Domaine d'Urea. Today I'm with Adrien.
When I started in 2009, I started blotting the wine. I started in organic directly.
How many hectares you had at this time?
We start with 12 hectares, and then I bought another 8 hectares to my grandfather, my mother, and the neighbor too.
So you are in which appellation?
We have specialty is Vacqueyras, is the name of the village over there.
Yeah, where we are right now, yeah.
And then Gigondas is another village, is close together, but we make different wine.
From your vines, I mean, maybe there's a difference that Vacqueyras is slightly lower in the plain and that Gigondas is slightly more in altitude.
Yes, Vacqueyras is not a plain, it's a little hill like that,
okay.
In the plateau, here, Plateau de Garrigue, because over there it was the little river over there, 1 kilometer, is Ouvèze.
Ouvèze, yeah.
In a million années ago.
Okay, years ago, yeah.
Voilà, years ago. Voilà. How do you say in English? The bed of the,
the bed, yeah, of the river?
Of the river is here. You know,
okay.
It's a little stone over there.
So you mean that right here what we see is a bed of a river?
Voilà.
And it's calcium underneath?
Absolutely.
Okay.
And c'est like a grande terrasse, comme on dit.
Okay, it's a terrace, yeah, large terrace.
Voilà. The air geologic is Kéméridien.
Ah, Kéméridien, okay, but the same than in Chablis then.
Ouais, it's the same air geologic, but we have less clay than in Chablis or Chavignol.
Oh. You also produce a bit of Cotes du Rhone?
Oui, absolutely. Cotes du Rhone with the young Vacqueyras vineyard.
Ah, so they are in Vacqueyras, but you declassify them in Cotes du Rhone?
Because it's 5 years old, excuse me.
Yeah.
And he's young. He's not like us Vacqueyras. He's only old vine.
Okay.
Vine oldest in 1918.
So at the moment you produce Cotes du Rhone, but it's just coming from declassified vineyards. Okay, I mean good to know.
Declassified Syrah too in Vacqueyras because we don't like Syrah in Vacqueyras.
You also have another cuvée which I like a lot. I found very blue-like, which is Bouchon.
Oui.
This one is vin de pays of.
Le pays de Vaucluse.
Vaucluse, okay.
Voilà.
And this comes with some old varieties of grapes which are not allowed in the appellation, or it's just declassified?
No. It's not allowed in appellation. We don't declass it. It was my grandfather and my great-grandfather planted his old-fashioned grape close the river Ouvèze.
Okay. It's just okay. It's out of the appellation. Okay, now we move into the cellar and we will try your wine. So yeah, you were showing me that's something which is still quite rare. I mean, we see it more and more often. But you decide to use some specific bio cork. I mean, which are made out of corn.
Organic corn.
Organic corn.
It's a Mercedes of cork.
Okay.
Rolls.
Okay.
C'est vrai, absolutely.
Is it made in Germany at least?
No,
I mean,
Italy.
For sure, they are not from Portugal.
Italy, c'est.
Okay, so Ferrari. A bit of red, you see. We will start this tasting with the Bouchon 2021, which is sold as IGP Vaucluse, and which, as we explained, come from an area which is from close to the Ouvèze.
Right, close to the
Ouvèze River, which actually have a soil which is more sandy, which is much lighter than in the rest of the appellation, like Cotes du Rhone or the Cru. So it tends to produce wine which are more friendly, easy drinking, with less structure.
Less structure, low alcohol, 12.5, and make a light wine, easy wine to drink. Voilà. No grand complexity, but
food forward, easy for daily drinking.
Voilà. Normally the bottle is too petite.
It's too small. Should do only Magnum then. Only Magnum.
and we're looking for to make light wine. It depends how you work in your vineyard, when you pick, how you pick, and how is your winemaking. Sorry, too. It was the aging too. We blend in the tank all the grape.
Okay.
We don't separate it by no. We have Armand, Œillade, Counoise, and so. Voilà. Nous, for the old wine is vinification without artifice.
Yeah. So
Very simple.
the way it comes, the way it goes.
Voilà.
You don't add anything to it, and you just add a bit of sulfites towards the end. Next, so the Cotes du Rhone 2021, which, as we explained, are coming from the young vines from Vacqueyras.
Right.
It's already very different. I mean, even the color seems deeper.
70% Grenache et 30% Syrah.
Okay. Yes, beautiful texture. I mean, the tannins are very silky, and it's 21, so you can. It's not like you need to wait for it. It's as soon as it, because this is just bottled, so the wine is open straight away.
Très bon ça.
There's I mean, despite being a very challenging vintage, you can see there is a good structure, and I mean the nose is much more complex as well. With much more spices in this case, more like olive, peppery, garlic character. So yeah, I mean it's if you look for something a little bit more, let's say premium in terms of if you look like premium Cotes du Rhone, something which I mean so far if I compare to what I've tried is definitively on the top of the range of Cotes du Rhone, just because of I mean the complexities, the silkiness, the length, which make it let's say almost taste like a village. I mean it's and it's probably because it comes from great origin.
Right.
We have so Vacqueyras 2020. So different blend, as Adrien explained, no Syrah, and instead and higher percentage of Grenache with a bit of Cinsault and Carignan.
Carignan Mourvèdre. 5 Cinsault, 5 Carignan, 5 Mourvèdre, 85 Grenache.
Ooh.
It's the only old vines, the oldest planted in 1918, and
well, I mean the nose is already. I mean, very open. I mean, you cannot blame the 21 that just been bottled. I have a little bit more fruit on the nose. Maybe, as you say, because there's no Syrah, so the Syrah tend to kind of add too much spice. Would add too much spice, and so here you protect the fruits from the Grenache. Oh yeah, I mean it's full like a strawberry marmalade. I mean. I don't like to make this kind of comparison, but you know we all have a kind of benchmark, you know, when it comes to certain wines. And for me, the benchmark is Château des Tours, Château Rayas, and usually when I taste them, you always get this very bewitching strawberry flavors, you know, delicatesse, and somehow it's kind of reminding me a little bit, you know, of it. Yeah, it's a different level. I mean, in terms of body, yeah, we start from light to medium. Now we are, let's say, medium to full for Vacqueyras. I mean, it has a large shoulder, very much more creaminess. It's like all the tannins have been wrapped around, you know, with layers of let's say fatty muscle. It's almost like a wagyu, you know, where you get the meat and full of fat, you know, to get like to wrap, you know, the protein and get this chewy, oily feeling in mouth. Okay, 13.5. So obviously you're not looking to over extract. That's one of the reasons I don't get any, let's say, warm character in the mouth, but rather something very clean and refreshing.
We work like that for the vineyard. We're looking for. We work specially for the vineyard, looking for this kind of wine.
Okay.
For the vinification too.
Because it's quite rare actually and Grenache is usually a grape that tends to produce a lot of alcohol.
No, that depends. It depends how you work in the vineyard.
Okay.
And when you like to pick. We don't looking for high color. We don't want to make dark wine, make red wine. We don't looking for high alcohol. 40.5 it's enough.
Yeah.
We're looking for perfume wine.
It's very perfume. Exactly. That's the word I was looking for. Was that Richaud and Richaud like wine which are a bit more juicy, where you feel a little bit more the heat in the mouth, but then he managed to keep enough level of acidity to still kind of balance his wine. But here the wine is already it's much lower in alcohol. It doesn't go as it doesn't start on this warm notes. You start already with freshness, and then it keeps further with the acidity that make almost the wine mouth watering and very easy drinking. Right. Here you go. Gigondas 2020. So, as we discussed before, 400 to 520 meter altitude.
Well, we have the old picture. Well, it is the color changing because.
So this is only one parcel.
We tasting this parcel là here.
Okay.
3 hectares. 400 meters altitude. South exposure. Down the parcel we have clay, red clay, and go up. Less and less clay is more and more stony.
Yeah. So blend, same than Vacqueyras?
No, 70% Grenache, 20 Syrah, and 10 Cinsault.
Okay. Yeah, I mean the color looks deeper. That's probably due to the Syrah. Okay, so obviously yes, you don't get as much fruit. It's not as fruit driven as the Vacqueyras. Definitely more on the Mediterranean botanical. Yeah, the structure is very different. It's much because of the tannins, because of the acidity. Your mouth is getting very excited. You know, there's like a very lively aftertaste. And yes, I mean, you feel also. I think it's also what I got in the mouth is almost like this mineral taste. You know, like chalk, also in the mouth. A long aging potential wine. We are now in the vineyard, down the cellar. Okay, we were talking about something interesting about leaving, grass in the vineyard. So this is the parcel of a neighbor, which decide to keep it until now. And Adrien Roustan, where he also had some grass, but they got removed already since a long time ago. And for him, what he's looking for finesse and elegance, and that if you keep your grass for longer, then it means there will be more competition with the vines.
Oui.
And of course, it means that the berry will be smaller and the wine more structure, tannic, etc.
More alcohol.
And more alcohol, which is not what you're looking for.
Oui.
Okay, well, thanks for this. It's very good explanation.